Lots of new movies opening this weekend. Let's get to it. The big movie seeing released this weekend is It Chapter 2. It's of course a sequel to the 2017 film It, the story based on the classic Stephen King novel. The first It was just over 2 hours, and this sequel clocks in at 2 hours and 49 minutes, which is just way too long for a story that really isn't all that complex. The sequel apparently sticks close to the source material and tells the story of the original kids from the first movie, now all grown up. The evil clown Pennywise has returned to the town of Derry and is once again terrorizing children and adults alike. First, the good. If there's any crowning achievement with It Chapter 2, it's the casting. They nail getting the characters just right, with James McAvoy, Jessica Chastain, and Bill Hader leading the way as the kids reunite to overcome this horrific creature once and for all. Bill Hader is especially good as a grown-up Richie, played by Stranger Things' Finn Wolfhard in the first film. Bill Skarsgård reprises his role as Pennywise the Clown. And while there are a good amount of scares and a bit of funny dialogue, this movie really suffers from pacing. It also has a consistency problem with its villain. Pennywise seems to feed off of fear, but sometimes he can kill just anyone. Sometimes he disappears when an adult sees him, and sometimes he can prey on adults. He seems to exist just to create scares for the audience, but there's no real rhyme or reason as to what he's capable of or what he's doing. The story is mostly implausible, and then, just as it started with a drawn-out opening, the film goes on an additional 20 minutes too long at the end. I think that fans of the book might be pleased, and there are enough thrills to get by, but it's really just a mess of a film, honestly. And don't get me wrong, some of my favorite films of all time are over 3 hours, but this is one example of a film that didn't need to be as long as it was. It Chapter 2 isn't all bad, but it isn't really that good, and I give it a C. There's another film in release this week called Brittany Runs a Marathon that I did not review, as well as a small indie horror comedy called Satanic Panic that I did review. Check out the website for my full review of that film. But before I go, I also wanted to shed light on a documentary I recently saw that is now available on Netflix and on DVD.
Secret powers were revealed to me the day I held aloft my magic sword and said, "By the power of Grayskull!"
Take a trip down memory lane and seek out Power of Grayskull, the definitive history of He-Man and the Masters of the Universe, available now on DVD and on Netflix. For more detailed reviews of these and other movies, please check me out on Rotten Tomatoes. You can go to the site, search the critics list to find Tom Santilli, and you can scroll through all of my recent and not so recent reviews. Another good way to find my stuff is to follow me on Twitter @TomSantilli or go to the website movieshowplus.com.